What's up, guys? We are now reaching the business end of the table, and where we will be discussing about the pretenders to the title, 6th to 10th.
Hello and welcome to All Balls, the show that keeps you up to date with all the Premier League action and fantasy football tips. Once on top of the table, Southampton are now in 10th.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not playing their games, of course, because
They have a backlog of games
Yes,
which are
they have-
happening right now. So
But they're missing key players at key times.
Absolutely.
You know, there's the Oriol Romeu who will go missing.
Yeah.
Westergaard injured at the wrong time. Danny Ings in and out. You know, Shea Adams fatigue.
they're playing Shane Long. I mean, Shane Long is
There's no
starting
depth.
now. There's
While
no depth.
they had a great run with
Yeah.
Walcott coming in, shining, Danny Ings getting the goals, getting that most important goal. versus
Danny Ings, I
Liverpool.
think, is a very important guy. in
He's
that
there,
team. Like,
Zaha.
I mean, he's there, Zaha. Well, I think
It's-
there's a lot more
it's
that
a-
contribute to
yeah,
that team,
it's-
but I would say Danny Ings plays a very important
because
factor
they're
for
playing
them.
in phases.
Yeah.
There's a phase where only Ings will shine. There's a phase where Ward-Prowse will shine. There's a phase where Shea Adams will shine.
Yeah.
You know, Romeo, yes, he doesn't have that much backup. He has
Yeah.
young backup on the bench. We've spoken all season long about squad depth.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have that depth.
Well, that's probably could be Southampton's downfall. I mean, they were doing so well. They were one of the 9 teams that actually took top spot at one point.
But the season is such, we're
Yeah.
talking about top spot, where, you know, midway through, and
Yeah.
they're on 10th.
Yeah, true.
So, like I said, there is no backup. Like centre backs, they have one backup.
Hmm.
Left back, right back, if they're injured, they brought in Walker Peters, you know, because they lost
They needed
Cedric.
cover, yeah,
exactly.
from Cedric Suarez, yeah.
But what happens if your Walker Peters is injured? Because he's been a positive player for
Oh yeah,
them.
he has. Both the
He's been
fullbacks.
defending
Even
well.
Bertrand's been decent as well.
Bertrand's an unsung hero who's been doing
Yeah.
it season after season. So there's no depth, which is why they're at 10th.
Hmm.
But you talk about depth and then you come to 9th, which is Chelsea.
Yeah.
There is depth for 3 squads. 3 teams rather in that squad.
That's horrible, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's horrible is for me is Kai Havertz.
My heart goes out because
No,
we've discussed this
heart
before.
doesn't go. I'm sorry.
No,
if you're
but we
compared to a
discussed it because-
goalkeeper in terms of
Yeah,
chances created,
I mean, Nick Pope has more
Exactly.
chances created than Kai Havertz. I
he
mean,
has 1 assist.
in 6 games.
He
yeah.
has 1 assist.
1 chance created, I think.
Like,
1
for-
assist since December.
Exactly.
I think,
He's
yeah.
done sweet beep
Yeah.
for so long. Timo Werner,
Yeah, that guy's using his
sensation,
shooting
goal
moves.
scoring machine. Blah. What happened? Big defenders came,
Nothing.
got a few goals in the middle. He's on the bench.
Would you put it down to just Lampard's tactics then? Because I think
Tactics,
it's Lampard's
chopping
tactics.
and changing, and there are some managers who just can't handle the good
egos.
Yeah, the choice of players.
Okay.
You know, you have so much to play with in attack, like so much.
He's got a wide variety.
You have Tammy
of players.
Abraham and Giroud, who are probably lowest in the pecking order in that attacking lineup.
But they perform when they come on. They
but
always
they're
perform.
still playing, right? You have Tammy, you have Giroud, you have Callum Hudson-Odoi,
Yeah.
you have Pulisic, you have Mount, you have Werner, you have Ziyech.
Yeah.
Where are all these players? Where are the goals? Where is the 198 million gone?
Probably gone down the drain, and Roman must be scratching his head right now as to like, what do I deal with Lampard or do I deal with the players?
Yeah,
like,
there is
the checkbooks.
there is
already-
no consistency in defense.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva, yes, but he needs someone, right? Zuma's performing well, you put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Why are you rotating? Why did Arsenal get 5 clean sheets? Because he said, fine, fatigue, but this is an important time for the club. I will play the same lineup because they are gelling, they are
But that's the
clicking.
thing. Do you think it's probably because Lampard has not figured out his
He's
11?
spoiled for choice and he can't handle it. He does not know
So the
where to play
occasion's gotten
Werner.
better of him right now.
He does not know where to play Werner. He does
Yeah.
not know where to play Kai Havertz. He has given Mason Mount so much freedom that Mason Mount drifts anywhere he wants to. I'm
Yeah,
not
because
saying he's a bad player.
Mason Mount's his favorite. I mean, he had him as a
Okay,
favorite in
he's his
derbies,
favorite,
right?
and
Yeah.
if you're saying he's Chelsea's best player,
Yeah.
he's not scored back-to-back goals, which he's just done since Feb 2019.
True.
That just shows you the inconsistency of the club, of the player, of the manager for that matter, on a whole.
Yeah.
You take him, now you compare him to the clubs above him. You do West Ham.
Yeah.
David Moyes, what did he have?
Not much.
He's not
Yeah,
had
yeah.
too much. Exactly, right?
And they've
So-
got their best points tally probably through.
Yeah, they've got
amidst,
32
like,
points
mid-season,
in
32
19
points.
games. They've had a manager who's done well with mid-table clubs,
Yeah.
but then he had, a blip. He's come back. He
And he's
did not
proving
have
all his
Antonio.
haters wrong, in fact, right now. I mean,
He
he's
did not
doing-
have Antonio for the longest time.
Yeah, and now
Sebastian
Antonio's
Haller
scoring
is-
back to back as well
Yeah.
now. So
He's scoring. He has Declan Rice, who's in the form of his life.
Yeah, 3 chances
Yeah.
every game I think that he goes for.
You have an
he creates
Ogbonna
3
at the back
chances.
who was never a part of your squad, and now he's starting every game.
And they also have that wonderful man that just pops out of the box, Suchek as
Suchek.
well. Yeah, like he just pops out of nowhere and
Like
he just gets a
Suchek,
goal.
and you got now, Sofal on the right.
Yeah.
They just get up and play their football. It's like what Pirlo
But you
said
can,
before the
but
World
you can
Cup
also,
final.
but you also have to appreciate the defense as well. Like Ogbonna as well,
Of
a guy
course.
who's been a journeyman, who's travelled to lots of various clubs, even though starting off with Juventus or coming from a big team like Juventus and then travelling all over and then landing up in West Ham. He did struggle at first when he came in. He was still adjusting to English football. But you can clearly see now he's comfortable.
They're playing a
he's
West
getting a
Brom
lot more
reject.
adventurous.
They're playing a West Brom reject along Ogbonna the last 2 games, and he's
Yeah.
performed so well. We've not mentioned Cresswell.
Oh yeah, Aaron Cresswell as well. Not a lot has
That
been.
guy has
he's
as
not been
good
given
a
a lot of
left foot.
appreciation. Yeah,
He's got as good a left foot as an Andrew Robertson.
true.
You have so much potential in that team. You give that man money and you give him some time. Now I
Yeah.
know United did not give him time, but he is meant for these
Yeah,
smaller
he's-
mid-table clubs.
They say in Hindi, lamba iska ghoda hai.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but from these teams now, from 6th to 10th, we can clearly see that we were discussing about Southampton, and you can see that Southampton is probably the one that's going to wither away slowly. They're gonna get out of the top 10 at some point,
And
depending
in
on their depth.
contrast, and Aston Villa is not going to wither away.
Neither will a West Ham at this point because the form that West Ham's in, it looks that they do have the potential to move up.
But Aston Villa have the advantage of killing a few giants.
Yeah.
Your Liverpools, your Arsenals, they
Yeah.
were almost over the line against United. They had
Yeah.
their chances. Against City, they got unlucky, obviously, with that controversial decision.
Mm.
But they still have games in hand, and those games in hand will give them a potential, top 4
move
or
on.
top
An
5
incentive,
spot.
yeah.
Exactly. Similarly with Everton, with Aston Villa, you have someone like a Grealish who was firing.
Yeah.
With Everton, you had a Dominic Calvert-Lewin
Who's now
who
missed
was
his
out of
shooting
form.
boots. Yeah.
Then you had a Richarlison who was spoken about, went out of form.
Yeah.
James came in, had a great game, got injured.
Yeah.
Alan came in, okay, he's our pivot, he got injured. But they've stuck there. They've been in and around like Villa.
Yeah.
Villa loses players, they've not got games,
Yeah.
It's fine. They lost a Barkley in the middle, a McGinn stepped in.
Yeah.
Grealish, of course, their best player.
He's got eight assists after
De
Harry
Bruyne
Kane and De Bruyne.
Kane. And he has 2 games over them. One
True.
game over De Bruyne and 2 over Kane.
Kane, yeah.
Considering De Bruyne is going to be out for a while.
True.
He has a good chance of overtaking
them in the assists.
So Villa have their contributors to, okay, and Ollie Watkins will get you the goals. Burton Traore will pop in with a sum.
And when you
El
look
Ghazi
at
will
that,
pop in with a sum.
and when you look at that team sheet, like the last game against City and stuff like that, like you look at that team sheet and you kind of realize they are all quality players. It's not like someone's going to drop off. They do put in a shift. Everyone collectively puts in a shift.
They're a
like,
team
so-
of 11 Carlos Tevez is playing together.
Pretty
They just
much.
do not stop running
Yeah.
until the last whistle.
Yeah.
So it is a team that's on the rise.
Yeah.
I feel they will go above Everton. They'll
think
probably
so?
even finish above Chelsea with the form Chelsea's in right now.
I also wouldn't deny that. I'd probably
Because
see that happening
Chelsea,
as
too
well.
much quality. Villa, they're just playing football. They're not
Yeah.
depending on names. Chelsea's depending on names.
Names, yeah.
Everton in the beginning was depending on one name.
Yeah.
Probably Alan to support him
Yeah.
in the defensive side of things.
Yeah.
They're doing well in the cup. Yerry Mina pops up with the goals here and there.
Yeah.
They missed their wing backs, which is why they dropped. But they have games in hand. Potentially to go above and come into the top 4 again.
I'll disagree with you on that. I still think Everton does also have a really good opportunity to make it for Europe. I think
For Europe, yes, but
I just think in terms of the quality of managers as well, Carlo Ancelotti is not a spring chicken or something.
No,
he's
he's
someone
not.
who's been there and done it all. So I'm sure he has something in mind. His eye is already on Europe because he's seen it. Like he can see that this team does have the quality
But
to play
what
in Europe as
happens
well.
when that's what happened to them, right? In the middle, when Dominic Calvert-Lewin stopped scoring.
Yeah, they were finding for outlets
Exactly.
to score. True.
Those outlets need to step up. Your Iwobis, your Richarlisons, they
Richarlison's having
Sigurdssons
a
need
very
to step up.
indefinite season because Richarlison would consistently get you like at least
He's
around
very,
10
for
to
me, he's
12.
very overrated. He's roughly 50 million, and he's very overrated.
10 to 12 goals a season he would usually get you. Like he's going through a slump right now, and I'm sure even the Everton players and the squad is also looking at him like, bro, we're already missing out on DCL right now, and we need you to be that outlet now. You have to start scoring. Maybe there's a lack of drive or a lack of
The
motivation or
lack
something.
of depth. Who's the backup striker?
There's no backup
There's
striker,
no
that's the
backup
thing,
striker.
yeah.
There's no figure in the center who they can turn to when a Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not in.
Yeah.
For Villa, they have that.
Yeah, they have a lot of options. Yeah.
Villa has a lot of attacking options. You can even push a Bertrand Traore to the middle and play an El Ghazi. They have a Trezeguet who's yet to come
Yeah.
back. They have enough options. For me, Everton, yes, great manager. They just don't have that strength on the bench in terms of your final attackers or the
Yeah.
final wingers.
If you're a goal down, you want to win a game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You want to
true.
throw the kitchen sink at
No
it
game
with your
changers,
attack.
basically,
No game
yeah.
changers. So, a couple of questions. You see Everton finishing ahead of Villa?
At this point, I'm looking for, I think Everton will finish ahead of Villa.
And do you see Chelsea in Europe?
No. Just through their current form.
Think about, I named the lineup 198 million.
It's 198 million that has just not clicked. Like, I'm a big fan also of Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. I don't really know much about Werner, but there was hype about Werner as well.
A lot.
So, for me, I would really expect at least one of them to click. I mean, Ziyech, when he started, he was good. You could see those glimpses of
He
genius
got
that he
unlucky
has.
with the injury.
With the injuries. But I just don't understand with Kai Havertz. Like, I don't know what's running through his head right now. So, for me, with that mentality that they're going through and the rut that they're going through, I mean, besides, who's their outstanding player right now? I think it's Mendy, the keeper. I mean, so far, like, he had a few clean sheets, and so that's the only shining
He
example
had a
over
few
there.
shockers also in the middle
Shockers
against
as well,
Everton.
but you can't really pick someone in that Chelsea squad right now that's actually doing the business, like carrying them forward. Everyone's just slumping their shoulders and just like, yeah, he'll do it. You know, like, go on, take it, Giroud.
So
Like,
do Chelsea come into the title contenders or do they stay in the pretenders?
I think they'll stay in the pretenders this season.
Lampard is the second casualty of the Premier League following Slaven Bilic.
I called it.
Let us know in the comments who you think is going to replace him. And while you're at it, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, and stay tuned for our next episode. Stay safe.
Peace.